Hey guys, NickNetix here. Thanks for joining me. I'm getting ready to try out the Runelite HD client. It's actually called, I believe, the 117 HD, and it's in a beta stage right now. But this has received quite a bit of publicity the last week, unfortunately for the wrong reasons, that being it was going to be shut down. There was quite an uproar, which I'm glad that there is a vocal community for that matter, because without it, this would have probably not been an option. But today is the day after its release. I didn't get on yesterday to try it out, but here we go. So we're going to start off with a new account on, I believe, Tutorial Island here. So it looks like so far the textures are definitely different. Um, Trees look about the same. The lighting has absolutely changed. That's for sure going to be a big change. I believe that's what most of this plugin works off of. But yeah, no, this looks a lot different. You have the blobs basically that Jagex puts in there. These little rocks right here, the grass, that kind of stuff, some flowers. The character model to me looks identical as before this add-on. And then this does say beta, so I should probably mention that now. I assume that means because it's brand new, but there's probably more work being put into this as I speak, and I'm kind of curious to see how far he goes with it. But let's get started here now. Enabled in Runelite from when I played before. There is one, and I should probably look. I guess it's not really any of the add-on or plugins, it's the actual features of Runelite. I do have, and now I'm not sure. Okay, status bars. I know I have that on right now. I believe that's what these two guys are showing up. And then I do have I think it was like a 2010 interface. I'm not sure now where the interface, maybe I can search. Interface styles, okay. I do have the 2010 game frame set, and that basically makes these icons down here, and then once I get more bars or menu items there, you'll see more of that, and that's coming from this. That's the 2010 game frame. I don't believe the 117 plugin has anything to do with that, and that's just more like the lighting and the graphics inside of the game view itself. So we'll get going. I'm kind of missing out on some music here too. That would be why. Get that old school feel. The water definitely is improved. Not that not everything else isn't, but the water is, to me, that's a huge change. I think it was just a blue blob before. And then these even got, kind of like sparkles for the shrimp. That's pretty cool. Alright, we'll go back, talk to the survival expert. Okay, more woodcut, okay. Now I can see a little different, definitely lighting, and I think I read somewhere that this is basically done with mostly lighting effects. I have no idea what goes behind this kind of thing. But you can tell on my character, like look at that, the glow from the fire, that's a huge thing. But then the way like there's a shadow on the back side of the character and then it's all lit up on the front. And even like the hair has your shadows versus not. And I don't remember that. What I'm gonna have to do is like turn this off, I guess, and compare. I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. And I'm gonna try that right now. I don't know if I can on the fly enable. Oops. Probably not, but let's give it a try. Disable plugin. Oh wow. Okay. Holy smokes. And the draw distance is amazing. That might be the biggest part of it. Yeah, I didn't even think about that because I came from RS3, but all this black is kind of boring and you don't really see what's going on. Enable that, and look, you can see for miles. Well, not miles, but you can see a lot more. That's a lot better, a lot more like RS3, and then there is a draw distance, so let's experiment with that. Yeah, that is cool. I don't even know how that's possible. Let's max out my GPU here. I've got OBS up right now on my other monitor, and it shows my CPU usage, but I guess I don't have GPU usage. And I have no idea if this is smooth for you guys or not. If it's lagging. Okay, it maxes out at 90, it looks like. That's okay with me, though. That is incredibly different. I just took that for granted on RS3 that you could already do or see that kind of stuff, and now I don't even know what to say. I don't know if there's an in-game setting or if there was an old Runelite setting that changed the draw distance to that much. I thought I had it maxed out because that's something I like. To be able to see it just makes it a little more realistic. And then he's got, what else do we have here? Fog depth mode. Dynamic, that would be the most interesting, I assume. Fog depth, what does that do? I'm not seeing any change. Okay, maybe this, no. I think it's just my eyes. Okay, that was on 5, I'll leave that alone. Ground fog doesn't change anything. I think that's if your draw distance is much closer. That this would make a difference. Object textures. Okay, I see that. That's throwing on the shadows on the textures. Basically better lighting effects. You see where the sun's technically hitting it. It's crazy what the eye or the brain perceives. As soon as you throw on something that mimics the sun in a game, it changes so much. Gonna cook our bread. Let's just rush through this tutorial. I'm curious to see the rest of the game. What is this? Oh, they have a store in here now? Just probably for bonds, thankfully, since it's old school, but I guess why not promote your game? Yeah, that looks better. I'm kind of curious, like on the trees. Let's turn that off. The trees are I guess they look the most similar to me, just with better lighting, obviously. And that's one thing I really like about RS3 is how real, I guess, I don't know if you say real, but how detailed the trees are in RS3. And that's probably due to all the hours spent woodcutting. You kind of come to appreciate something that looks better than just a blob. And I don't know if this guy, 117, if he can actually... Oh, this looks cool. Wow. I never knew Ice Mountain was over there. Or not Ice Mountain. It looks like the place you mine Blurite from. I don't know if this guy is allowed to do much as far as changing textures more than just the lighting, because Jagex will probably consider that as an unfair advantage when it comes to some things. The rocks look better. This whole cave area, dungeon area looks so much different. Let's turn it off. Oh man. And on. You would definitely... I don't know. I know people love their old school, like, plain and simple graphics, but why not at least throw this on? Especially if you're using Runelite. I get if you're on mobile, you're kind of screwed in that aspect, but this is a lot different. Or different enough to make me go, you know what? 07's not that bad. I still like all of the quality of life changes RS3 has to offer, but don't bash me. I think I'm a lot more willing to hang out in the old school when it looks this much better. I'm one of those guys that was like on the fence. I definitely didn't like the 2012 changes in RuneScape, but right around, I think, 2010 or 11, I think things were really looking good. I believe that's when they were doing like the HTML client. I don't know. I'm dating myself, and I don't know the knowledge or the technical side of it enough, but it's around the time they had this kind of interface. They changed all of the textures. They upgraded all the texture packs. Basically made water look amazing. That was everybody's comment when they first logged in is, "Oh my gosh, look at the water." But I'm not following the tutorial one bit, but I should know what to do. Throw these on and run in there, right? Oh, you get away from there. Okay. Click the fighting swords. Yeah. Now you let me in there. Okay, thank you. Run in here. Attack a rat. Oh, this brings me back. I remember doing Tutorial Island and getting next to this next part where you get the arrows, and I would drop them so that I could get a big stack. And sometimes, like, when I first did that, I thought I could take these to Tutorial Island. So I'd take this, I'd drop it, talk to him, he'd give me more, I'd drop it. And I'd sit there for, at least the one time I did it that I can remember. It was a while, an embarrassing amount of time. And I dropped them all, threw them in the bank, thinking I'd see them off of Tutorial Island. That's not the case. But I would do this number. I'd get a few hundred. And then when I would attack the rats, I wouldn't kill them, because once you kill one rat, it moves you onto the ladder to get out of here. So I would just stand here and get to level 3 range, because it capped out at level 3. But I remember how painful it was to train range from like 1 to 10 or 1 to 20. And this was like maybe that one little reprieve I had to try to make it a little bit better off of Tutorial Island. Because you used a couple hundred arrows getting up to 3 range even. But I'm not going to stand here all day. It's not part of the video. I guess I do need to kill one rat at least. I'll run through that. Run up here. Tutorial progress. Looks like we're over halfway at least. It says percentage done, but it doesn't show an actual percent. It shows a progress bar. I feel like they're missing a number right here. Okay, moving on. Go to the bank. The bank looks pretty fly with those torches. Here, have all my stuff, because you don't even keep it anyway. Oh yes, the poll booth. Okay, it's telling me down here, voting is special, and I'm not special. Okay. That's another controversial topic. Should poll booths be taken out of the game? I don't know. I am not an advocate of this this 07scape as far as what's best for the game. I couldn't tell you guys. Exactly. Moving on. Probably don't need that open the whole time I'm playing. I guess I didn't look at the other changes. Dynamic lights. Oh wow, it's on few right now. Let's bump that up. Not seeing a change. Maximum number of dynamic lights visible at one time. Let's just keep it on some at 50. NPC lights adds dynamic lights to some NPCs. Okay. All of those are default. That I don't think will make a difference in terms of what you see. This would be more like a performance option. Prayer menu. I don't remember if this is what helps with screen tearing, or one of the things that changes screen tearing, or if that's the filtering. I don't know. I haven't had the research these in a long time. When I was much younger, I think I first learned about these in Call of Duty 4, going through those settings, trying to make it look better. And since then, I've kind of just let everything default. Open final menu, great. Oh, this is where you would make, for now anyway, because Group Iron Man is coming out. I think that's when I would be most apt to play the game. That's the current tutor, but my understanding is they're gonna like add an area over here for Group Iron Man. Okay, let's finish this up. He's gonna give us runes, but he won't even let us kill a chicken. Look at that. Wants you to talk to him. Yes, let's go to mainland. Were you planning on becoming Iron Man? No, especially not with Group Iron Man coming out. Hopefully I come up with some friends to play some Group Iron Man. Here we okay, perfect. Now that. Hey, Nicknetics, hey, come over here. You look new here. Welcome to the world of Gillinor. Thanks, it's my first time here and I'm not sure where to start. Lucky for you, it's exactly why I'm here. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to go on an adventure path. I want to go sightseeing. So here we are in Lumbridge. And definitely livens things up. Just to give you guys an example. That's off. Like, just the draw distance. And I know there's probably an add-on already out there that lets you do that kind of change, but that to me is an incredible change. And then the lighting, that it looks like your '07 Scape, and that's fine, but this is 14 years later. I would just want to see a little more work put into the textures, and voila, we're at least given this, which is light years ahead of what Jagex already has in the works. From my understanding, they might not have anything at all in the works, but who wants to wait another 4-6 years to get something like this when it's available now? And that's kind of why I support this guy's his passion, his goal, and I thank him for this. I think everybody's going to be real excited to try this out in Runelite. One note I should add on that. Oh, that's funny. It's still flashing. Oh, it's showing this. Runelite, very important. The website is basically cloned across several different domains. And before I say this, I'm going to pause the video. I think it's runelite.net, but I'm going to verify that real quick. Okay, I'm back. Yes, it is runelite.net. That is the official site. Unfortunately, due to basically RuneScape security and how, or Jagex security, and how easy it is to log into a different account if you just have the login information. I know that sounds stupid, but as soon as you get phished using a different RuneScape client or website, or Runelite for that matter, you're pretty screwed unless you do have several of those fail-safes put in place, which most people do not do that. The two-factor authentication. I actually don't know what else you can do besides two-factor authentication, but even with that, I've heard of people getting their account breached. So be careful. Be paying attention if you're not using Runelite and you see this video and you're like, wow, I gotta try that out. Definitely make sure you get Runelite from the proper website. I'll even throw it in the description of this video just to help you guys out. So be safe there. But yeah, go ahead and check this guy's work out. It's great. Alright guys, happy scaping, and we'll see you next time.